Dude, I've gone a step further and said my ass. We're going overseas today. We're going to the Eastern Bloc. Sure. We're going to the Eastern Bloc, where we've got a bunch of, IAs. We got Ians? Romania, Hungary. We got a bunch of IAs, where there's a lot of wacky shit going on. Huh?
You got Serbia.
There's always an IA that's just like ready to kill me.
Crimea
River. Get it? We got Gabriel Iglesias on later,
Show's
so he's funny. He's good.
We're not doing this anymore. I'm not doing it. We're done. We'll reconvene after lunch.
Press pause.
I'm not doing
Crimea River. Crimea River. But we'll start off with the gentleman in. Yours is Hungary, right? So mine's Romania.
Correct.
Who is marrying his sex doll. And we've seen like stories like this before where it's like you go down to the courthouse or some shit and you get like some sort of paperwork that says like, yeah, okay, you now have like a civil union, legal union with this thing or object or whatever. This motherfucker had a wedding. He got married to his sex doll. And it was one of those things where at first I was making fun of him, and then I was kind of like, not too bad. Not too bad at all. He had a nice wedding. He's got a woman, an object that pleases him sexually. And there's not much fighting that goes on.
I mean, yeah.
So really, who's the wacky one here?
It all sounds nice, but I mean, let's also address the elephant in the room. The homophobes were right.
What?
The conservative movement was right.
The slippery slope. Here we go.
Oh, we let men marry men. What's next, dogs? We're 6 months from dogs.
Oh, I can't believe we haven't had a dog.
We've had
dogs.
Ghosts. We've had robots. I mean,
I can't
look,
believe
I don't agree with them, but the slippery slope has slipped.
I mean, we are sliding down the slope.
We are
like a fucking one of those speed slides.
We're chasing a fucking rainbow wheel of cheese down the hill.
I love the way those guys roll down. They roll, they hit, and then they fly in the air, and then they roll and hit.
This isn't how I wanted to start the show.
Johnny homophobe. Team homophobe.
I want to be clear. I do not
agree
with them.
But
they might have had a point.
I don't agree with them, but they're correct.
Like, not only are we allowing this, we're defending it. We're like, pretty good idea here. It's the same when it's like, marrying a dude? That sounds like it makes a lot of sense, yo.
Well, yeah, no, in that sense, we are...
Got someone else to help you pick things up. You can you don't have to mow the lawn every time.
Yeah, well, to piggyback off of our last episode, we were talking about Tom and Bert getting the gifts for each other. They, their whole theory about that kind of spun into gay guys must have the best gift-giving relationships,
right.
And so all these gay listeners of theirs wrote in, and I mean, it was proven 100% true. Like, they got each other bomb-ass gifts, and to the point that this one guy wrote in, he wasn't even gay, he was straight, and his wife or his girlfriend, whatever it was, gave him like something that wasn't even in a box. It was like already opened, and she put it in a bag and was like, here you go. And then they went to like a holiday party, and it was like just someone else they knew who was a gay guy, and he got him a Nintendo Switch with like 3 games and multiple controllers and a case. And so he said when he got the bag of shit gift, he said, he's like, I looked her in the eyes and I said, you don't love me enough. And then they go to this party, and this random guy gives him like the perfect gift. And he said he like almost made her cry about it. But yeah, so it's
Speaking
not
of
just...
gifts from guys, how about this sweater?
Was that a gift? It's fire.
Nick Tirani got it for me at a thrift shop in West Virginia. He just saw it and thought I'd like it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like he gave it. He's like, I didn't
see,
really...
that's thoughtful. Like that guy, let me feel it. Yeah. I mean, that guy, he knows what you like. He gave that probably more thought than any girl's ever given you on a gift.
I think it was when they were like going to see Frank the Tank or whatever they were in West Virginia recently for. And he's like, we're in a thrift shop and I saw it and I was just like,
that's a Feidelberg fit.
Like that.
Now, but you know what is also funny though? knowing Nick Tarani, who always roasts you and hates your style, he was like, this piece of shit, Feidelberg would love it.
But every time I wear it, he just looks at me from across the room and smiles. Goes,
Yup. That's right. But so by the way, we're not like agreeing. We're actually still anti-homophobe. Because we're condoning.
Staunchly anti-homophobe.
But even in the context of this, because we're condoning the behavior. They were correct that it's a slippery slope. We're just agreeing that the slope.
Marry whoever the fuck you want.
Marry the dog.
Right.
It's more surprising, knowing how we are as a culture, that people haven't married their dogs. I mean, we have fucking people on ATI who say, like, I'll kill myself if my dog can, like, live a happy life, you know?
We have entire towns who elect dogs mayor.
What?
So we have entire towns who elect dogs mayor.
Who did that?
I know plenty of towns. It's happened plenty of times throughout
So how are
history.
they not, I'm marrying them?
I'm gonna find out. He's like, if there's any, is there a current
you know
dog
what?
mayor?
I'm also just gonna Google this: marrying dogs.
Yeah, several people have.
Married their dogs. Yeah, I mean, so, yeah, you were right, homophobes. We just don't care.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to. Woman marries her dog live on This Morning.
Meet the dog mayors of America.
This country's fucked.
Bosco, a black Bosco. What's Bosco? Someone catch that reference? It's a great one.
From, well, there's multiple references. Bosco is in, it's the old woman, the old lady. Bosco.
Seinfeld. Is she? She's
yes,
from
yes,
Happy
yes,
Gilmore,
yes,
I believe.
yes,
but
yeah.
it's Costanza's pin code. By the way, one of the funniest scenes ever is when Kramer, he's guessing it.
What does he say?
When he's like, I guess your pin code. And then he goes, birthdays, you throw them out, you don't care about those. And he just starts interrogating him. And he's just like, and what is it you crave? Oh, it's that sweet, sweet tooth, isn't it? You always go back to the cocoa bean.
I can hear the Kramer voice. I know exactly what it is.
But Bosco, a black Labrador Rottweiler, was the mayor of Sunol, California from 81 to 94, multi-term. Lucy Liu, a border collie, was the first female mayor of Rabbit Hatch, Kentucky. Yo, people in Kentucky hate women so much they elected a dog first. I know Mitch McConnell was behind that.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Bryneth Paltrow, a pit bull, succeeded Lucy Liu. Then they elected another one. She did well.
Even in America, we were like, all right, we did the funny experiment with the reality TV star. Let's get back to normal. Down there, they were like, let's keep the dog trend going. Let's keep it going.
Bryneth Paltrow is the reigning mayor of Rabbit Hatch, Kentucky.
Rabbit Hatch.
Max, a golden retriever, was elected mayor of Idlewild, California in 2013.
Sure.
Duke, a Great Pyrenees, was elected the mayor of Corbin Village, Minnesota in 2014. None of these are in New England. Colorado, San Francisco.
I'm looking at
that's a big one.
This woman got married on television to her dog. Some people called it a deeply uncomfortable viewing. Other people tweeted, there has to be a law against this. But
there was till the goddamn liberals changed it.
Till Obama came in. It's all Obama's fault. But she said,
back in the good old days, women didn't marry their dogs on television. I hope it was the woman in Vermont, or I think it was Vermont. The lady who was like a Zumba instructor. Remember, she was a big deal at like early Barstool days. She was a Zumba instructor who was like fucking all her clients.
Yes.
And also like fucking dogs on camera.
She was a freaky dude.
Yeah. I saw that video.
Did you?
Because that was the old days. Like you could find a video like that.
You could see it and watch it.
There were no laws on the internet. Now there are some like anti-bestiality, but back in the day you could watch anyone fuck any animal you wanted to.
You click on a link now, it says this video is no longer available. That didn't exist 10 years ago.
No,
man.
or here, please sign in because this video with like rap lyrics in it might scare you. Like I can't sign in because my fucking YouTube is suspended. Has been banned forever
for 10 years.
So I just don't. Yeah, because I used
apparently
to,
there was like one rule on the internet.
One rule: stop uploading copywritten videos. But they gave us 70,000 chances.
So many strikes.
It was
like such an obvious rule. Just like stop using songs and copyrighted material. And it was like, well, maybe this time they're not gonna catch it.
No, I'm just gonna strictly rip this fucking music video on Vimeo and just
every time
Britney Spears. Here's Toxic.
So this woman though, she said she was engaged 4 times to humans. 220 dates where she ran into men who were concealing wives, men who were concealing their age. So she had just given up on the men of her species. She said, fuck it, I'm marrying a dog. Now, you know, I don't understand all that. But the doll, I mean, at least you can fuck the doll.
I mean, I just mentioned I watched a video where a woman fucked a
You
dog.
can fuck the dog, but it's much more of a thing.
You just gotta buy a lot of peanut butter.
See, even that, you can get the dog to blow you. You can't fuck the dog.
Grown. What's that? Well, I mean, she can put it on her pussy.
Again, you're not fucking. The dog can go down on you for sure.
She's in
Do
a
you
lesbian
think-
relationship with the dog.
Do you? The dog's wearing a strap on. Imagine that if it was a female dog. I'm a lesbian.
Oh man, imagine telling that to someone. Just tell that to your someone call your grandfather up right now. Tell him you heard a story about a woman who was in a lesbian relationship with her male dog.
my gender fluid dog.
Just call him up, tell him that news, and hang up. And then get your suit ready for the funeral.
Then call your parents and say, Pop's dead. Cause of death, my news.
I just killed Pop. KFC radio made me do it.
You're gonna go to the kitchen. You're gonna find his cell phone and next to him, connected to my call, and he's dead on the ground. That's what you're gonna find. Well, this is not further off though. This is this guy is a Kazakhstani bodybuilder who married his sex doll. Now, there's more to it though. Okay. Let me explain. You know, it was quite the whirlwind. The unconventional couple got engaged in December 2019 when the bald, blue-eyed hunk, who describes himself as a sexy maniac, popped the question. I feel like someone else has to call you a sexy maniac. You can't call yourself a sexy. It's like giving yourself a nickname. He says that he met her at a nightclub where he rescued her from some unwanted attention. I mean, what could that possibly mean? He told the Daily Star that the wedding was delayed after he was attacked at a transgender rally in Kazakh, where he suffered a concussion and a broken nose after dressing like a woman for the event. I'll tell you this much. You dress up as a woman and go to a pro-transgender rally in Kazakhstan, you're getting knocked the fuck out. That's not going smoothly. If San Francisco's on one end of the spectrum, Kazakhstan's on the other. I can't believe that everybody wasn't just I could see Kazakhstan just hitting them with a flamethrower, just being like, you guys are all dead. We're getting rid of all of you.
I completely agree because I've learned that Kazakhstan was a real country many years after Borat came out. So I imagine that their civil rights are not really up to snuff over there.
Nope.
But also, I mean, he's a bodybuilder. He's a big dude.
Cat. He's a big cat, yeah. He's actually, he looks like Mosh. The sneaker guy Mosh.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking cat. He's got nice blue eyes. He's got the bald head look if you're into it. Nice beard. He's kind of sexy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a hot dude, no doubt.
He enjoys BDSM, which, by the way,
I also like to think of him like in that, as he described, he rescued her from a nightclub. I like to think of him in
He's a hero.
He's like a John Wick situation.
Yeah.
Where there was in the VIP club, these guys were fucking fingering this robot and they were fucking being mean to her.
Yeah, slapping her, spitting on her and stuff.
And she kept trying to get up and she was like, no. And then he goes up there.
Bottle smashed it, killed him, and scooped him
jumps
out.
out the window with her and then rolls on his way out the window. So he lands on his back on the car, saves her,
and then
he kind of stumbles up and he's like, you go.
Yeah.
And then they're chasing him, but he's got a fucking gun in his fucking ankle. So he just, and then he fucking rolls under an 18-wheeler. And then when the 18-wheeler passes, he's gone. Thief in the night.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
I could.
He had whispered a meeting point to her.
I would like maybe one more kill that's a little more passionate. He shot them all, right? But the one guy who was the really mean one was still alive, and he drags his foot over down the alley and he finds him and he grabs him by that fucking head. He pulls him back. He makes him look at the girl and be like this. You see what you did to my girl? This is what you get. Then he just like smashes his face a couple times and pow, puts one in his head, lets him know, maybe even like decapitates him. Be like, this is leave it there for the rest of the club.
And
Like this
fucks
is what
his
fucking
head.
happens.
Yeah, fucks his
Then he
throat.
had a threesome with the fucking the doll and the severed head at the Burger
We
King.
got to Ed Kemper fast.
It says he is into the kinky stuff here. He's into BDSM, which I don't think do you know all the terms of BDSM?
Fuck no. I barely
I
know
thought
what
I-
BDSM means. I
thought-
don't know what BDSM means.
I mean, I know the SM is
Sadomasochism.
yeah, and I thought it was bondage, which it is. But then I guess I realized so bondage and discipline, domination and submission, sadism and masochism, all that rolled up in there.
Wait, do it again?
The BD is bondage and discipline,
Okay.
and the SM is sadomasochism, and then
Right.
somewhere in there, like they also have domination and submission. So I guess
Well, that's just not in there.
so it would need to be BD, DS, SM.
Yeah, that's not okay. You can't just say that. That's just adding things. At least,
Well, I know, but
like
I guess it means,
LGBTQ,
like-
they add all the letters.
But maybe,
can't just be like,
they're
it
saying
means-
like so it could be bondage, discipline, sadomasochism, or you can just be like, no, it's bondage, domination, submission, and masochism. All those extras all do start with the letters B, D, S, or M. So they just don't reiterate them. Because then you need to be like BB, DD, SS, MM.
Yeah.
It's easier to just be like BDSM and you pick and choose which the B, the D, the S, and the M is.
I guess you're right, but it's also like saying like ESPN stands for like entertainment, sports programming, football, hockey,
Yeah.
basketball network.
But in this case, it's just weird that they all start with those
We
letters.
dropped hockey. I don't know why I said that.
It's a little bit redundant
Kids
too
even
as
know
well.
hockey
I know
exists.
that. I'm like,
Which I don't care about anymore, by the way.
What?
Nothing. I was talking about something completely.
We're way off track.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the Romanian bodybuilder. By the way, I said it was Romania. It's clearly Kazakhstan. So whatever. But Margot,
wrong? Crimea River.
he says, I love being tortured. I can endure a lot of pain, but I love to dominate too. And Margot is capable of what other people are not capable of. That means he beats the shit out of this.
No,
doll.
but he said he likes.
I
being
know
dominated.
that's what's weird. I don't know how
Is
she
she a
no,
robot or a
He
doll?
said I love to dominate too. He said he can endure pain. It looks like she is a very realistic doll, but I don't think she's like moving.
She's hot. I mean, it's a hot
she
couple.
Is fucking hot.
This is without a doubt.
this picture, that picture with her in the blonde,
Yeah.
is hot.
I can
Other ones
say,
she looks a little more too much like a doll, but that looks just like a hot woman in the pink wig.
knowing zero people from Kazakhstan, I can say that's the hottest couple in Kazakhstan.
Undoubtedly.
With
Like that one, she looks a little too dollish to me.
that's not my
But
type. That's
But so, and then if you look at the pictures, go to the KFC Radio Twitter feed. We'll put the pictures up. I mean, he had like a nice ass wedding. There's a wedding party. There's friends. They're doing the bouquet in the air. They're doing dancing. He had a full ass wedding to this doll. And so I posed a couple questions. One being, who's crazier, the man who marries the doll, or the people who? And I came around on all these. And none of them ended up crazy.
okay.
The man who married the doll, or the people who go to the wedding and treat it as a real wedding for the man and the doll.
Oh, those people aren't crazy at all. I mean, if this guy send me an invite, I don't know, Igor, if I had to guess. I will be at the wedding. I would love to attend a wedding like this.
Because it would be fun.
Fun, yes.
So
Unique.
I think our guy. I think it
experience.
was our guy Kroll who texted me or tweeted me saying like, "Bro, you get a invite to a doll wedding. That's like a once in a lifetime
Yeah.
opportunity." So like, I'm down for this. I'm down for it to be like, I gotta go check this out. Like you're almost like an investigative journalist at this point. Like I gotta witness this and see what happens. I'm down for the good old, like there's a lot of people like, is it open bar? Is there food? Is there dance? Is there booze? Like I'm there. So that I can get down with. If you expect me to play along with your charade though and be like, you guys are such a cute couple, so where did you meet? And da-da-da.
See, I would, but I would
Those
do
people
it as a
are
joke to me.
Crazy.
I would do it just because it would make me laugh.
So you would keep a straight face and,
Oh,
and then
this is-
afterwards just be like, oh my God.
But I'm so happy
Yeah.
I finally found.
See, I would
like,
do
I've
that
been
if
to
I
many
had like a
weddings in my
GoPro.
life.
I would need
Never
to
seen
I would need
true
to
love until
document
right now.
that.
See, I'd be like, no, I'll put my phone in the Chappelle bag. That's okay. I'm here
For
literally
me,
just for me.
I want to.
what would you get as a gift?
Well, that's. I mean, if you're buying gifts, what would you know? What I would get is like you got to get like those sex toy cleaners, You know, Be like, here's some lube because you fuck a rubber thing every night. That guy needs endless amounts of like KY.
Yeah,
You know, like here's
also
a,
to be realistic, like once you hits menopause, you gotta stop using KY.
I'm sure you
you
have
gotta
to
just
be.
start fucking it hot.
God damn.
What if you just got him? What if you like? I would go to that wedding with a doll.
See, that's what's so
Be
funny
like,
about
look,
this.
one-
Like
one of us.
when you see these pictures, there's a picture of him on a boat, and she on like a ferry, more like, and he's like posted up with her. There's a picture of her in bed. There's a picture of him holding her hands up while they cheer for the wedding, and the pictures look fine. But like then it's like, okay, let's get a picture over here, and he's got and he lugs it around. Her feet are dragging like Nate Robinson's dead feet, and props her up here. And as they're taking a picture, she just like slumps over, and you gotta prop her back up. Like all the in between moments are very, very funny.
He's never gonna be able to let himself go, which is nice for her that he'll always keep his body in tip top
Forever.
shape because
Forever.
he's gonna carry her fucking ass around everywhere.
Would you rather, you know, you marry some girl and she gets lazy and just becomes some fat pig, or you got this doll who just stays like this forever?
Well, I was speaking good for her.
him, yeah, because he's always like, yeah, I'm in great shape because I've been carrying around a fucking 120-pound sack of potatoes everywhere I go, just dead weight. Yeah, maybe this is the key. He stays hot, she stays hot. There's no fighting. There's no talk back. You know?
mean, I would fight with this doll a lot.
Oh, would you?
Yeah, I would fight with that doll more than I've ever fought with a girlfriend ever.
You would absolutely be an abusive husband.
Oh,
Pow! You would beat the shit out of this
why
person.
the fuck not?
You would wallop this poor girl.
I would.
How about this? Is that abuse? Is that a spousal abuse?
No, it's not abuse.
If you get caught beating your wife, you're legally married, and you are whooping.
Good luck
this
catching
doll.
me. I'm doing that shit behind closed doors with a fucking sack of oranges.
But let's say if you did, I'm putting a bar of soap in a tube sock, and I am whipping this girl. But if he gets caught,
just like I would fight with her. I would fight with her every single day. I would fight with this woman, this wife of mine, every single day.
run me through. Like, what do you think your first fight would be?
My first fight would be I have to fucking carry your ass to bed. What are you talking? Like, wake up, you lazy bitch! Like,
The house is dirty. Why didn't you clean this place up?
get off the fucking couch! God damn it! And that's something I never do. I don't argue with people. I don't wake people up asleep on the couch because I hate when people wake me up asleep on the couch.
To be like, come to bed.
Go to bed. I'm like,
I'm good.
You're in bed.
Good.
Fucking
Yeah,
talk to you
yeah.
later.
Yeah.
But like, I've been lugging her up the stairs.
Every goddamn night of my life.
I would just be like, maybe not most of the time it wouldn't be like directed at her, but every time I've ever carried
You would
something
be
remotely
angry.
heavy up the stairs, I'm
Yeah.
swearing.
I mean, think about how many times this guy.
It's like every day you're moving house.
Right.
And,
This
like,
guy
every
goes
day-
grocery shopping with his wife. He's got to carry all the
Oh,
bags
goddamn
and her.
fucking son of a bitch! I would just be screaming.
Maybe you would end up fighting with this girl more than the human.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
she's
I
not
have to take care of
literal
every
burden.
single thing for this
A
person.
literal.
It's a
Do you-
true burden.
Do you think this guy like brings her to the bathroom and like gives her a shower, like sits her on the toilet, pretends she's going to the bathroom? Do you think that he changes her clothes every day? Do you think that he like will talk to her? How about, do you think when he's fucking her that he'll like wait like 6 months into the relationship he does anal and he's like, we had to wait? You think he's like saves the kinky
You
things?
think when he like almost like has to come fast, he pulls out and he's just like, hang on a second, hang on a
Right,
second.
yes. Or when he does come fast, he's like, I'm sorry. Sorry, that never happens.
Hang on, let me just eat it real quick.
I need to taste you. If you do that to your own
I
doll,
tell you what, we just got a little too real.
I didn't know what to say there. I was like, I know what you're talking about, and I know what I'm talking about. I don't know if they know what we're talking about, but that's his move. That's my line. You got a real good look into how these guys operate. If you ever wonder what it looks like and sounds like, it's that. It's that. It's that. If you ever hear that line from me, or you ever see John doing that, you know, girls, you know.
I've definitely used the taste you do.
Because it makes it feel like, it's a good thing about you. Yep. Mm-hmm. You think this guy like pretends that she comes?
Yes,
Yeah,
that I can say unequivocally.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
for sure. I don't know about all the other stuff. This guy 100% is like, God, you can feel you dripping down my balls right now.
It's another line. It's another one. I know that one. I know.
Show's over.
John's exited the studio, folks. Yep, dripping down the balls. I know that one. I definitely know that one. Dude, I've gone a step further and said my ass. All right, I don't know. We can keep going.
Oh man. Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a lot of. We'll save it for next show. Yeah. We gotta spread these out a little bit. People are probably taking a break right now.
I mean, I might recommend a break. I might say, you know what?
Press pause.
Let's pause. Let's pause.
We'll pause. We gotta regroup for the fucking Hungarian guy. We need a moment. We need a moment. Listen, if you made it this far into the video,
Which is far. Like, no one ever does that on the internet.
like it's the end. You made it to the end of the video.
full fucking video
You
you
watched
did.
the whole thing. So if you liked it and you watched the whole thing, why don't you subscribe?
It means you like us.
Click the subscribe button, because if you don't, I'm gonna fucking murder John.
And I'm going to like it.
Kill him with my bare fucking hands. Yeah. And if you weren't sold on this video, there's plenty more. Watch what's next up and then subscribe. But just subscribe so I don't have to fucking kill him.
Well, I don't know. Do what you want, but subscribe. Probably.